Why did they devour us in slavery, in oppression? Okay? Colonization, what they did here. They devoured us and took away your understanding of who you are. That's why your sisters wear pants. Because you don't know that God say wear tresses. You a princess, a daughter of the living God. That's why our people wear crosses on their neck. Because they've been devoured by this white man, this fake image here. That's what happened. That's why a lot of our people are trapped up in Catholicism, Seventh-day Adventists, Islam. They caught up in all that. They've been devoured. We've been devoured. Name, sis? Angela, I'm Joshua. I'm y'all brother. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You know what's so important about our people? We all, blacks and Hispanics, suffer the same problems. I'm talking about single-parent households, mass incarcerations, right? What's going on at the borders right now? I know you, well, you've been here. What's going on at the borders right now in Mexico? Huh? A mess. Tell me about the mess that's going on.
I don't know too much about it, but I know it's horrible.
Okay, so look at the
and all of that.
Right. The cartel, they paying people to tell what so-called Hispanics are that's illegal, so-called illegal, right? But this is supposed to be, Texas belonged to who at one point? Huh? Mexico. You hear this? It belongs to the so-called Mexicans. So how can the people come here and start altering laws and things like that and oppressing you? Just like they did us. It's the same thing. Snatching you up, you think they care about your children not growing up without their mother? Because you got kids, I'm assuming, right? You got children? Can you imagine your child being somewhere else and you don't know? But so guess what? That's all biblical prophecy and we live in it currently. That's what we're going to show you. The so-called blacks and the so-called Hispanics, don't worry about them, don't worry about it. That's the distraction. That's the devil trying to get you from right here. I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to show you what God said about the so-called black and Hispanics. Read this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
This is what God said, the Almighty, all-powerful. Listen, He's going to tell you about the mess over there and on the borders. Read.
The children of Israel.
The children of Israel is the so-called Hispanics. Okay, the children of Israel is the Hispanics. Right here. Look, look, look. You see these? From the so-called Puerto Ricans all the way to Argentina to Chile, okay? Central and South America. That's the children of Israel in this context. Come on.
And the children of Judah.
The children of Judah is the so-called blacks, the so-called black men in America. You got the Haitians and you got Jamaicans. And you got a lot of our people that's scattered throughout the whole earth. Pay attention, my sister. You got your flyer? Okay, well, you can open it up and look along. Read it. Look along with it with me. Come on.
The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
So when you oppressed, that means you have no comfort. That means there's a mess everywhere you go. That means anywhere you go, we call niggas, we call spicks and wetbacks, we call the mad black woman. We got all these derogatory names. Your children being snatched up. Single parent households. Think about the titles, the evil titles that's on us. Just think about it. So why is God saying that we oppressed together? Give me Hosea, Lamentation chapter 5 verse 1. I'm going to show you something, sis. I'm going to show y'all. He said the children of Judah and Israel are oppressed together. What's going on in the borders is evil as hell and nobody talking about it. Nobody telling, hey man, why you separating them children from their parents? Nobody cares because everybody agreed that they hate us. They all on one accord. So why is God allowing that kind of stuff to happen? If there's, okay, if John 3:16, God so loved the whole world, Galatians 3:28, why are these evil things continuing to happen? This is what happened to the Hispanics. Because y'all was here first. 1441, if you don't know it, I'm going to help you out. You had Pope Nicholas V of Rome write a law to go enslave not only the so-called blacks over there, not only in Africa and Europe, but the Hispanics too. This is what happened. To put them, to separate them, to afflict them, to oppress them. All this history is happening all over again. You live in Bible prophecy. Watch what God say. Read this.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach.
Reproach is hate. Consider. You want God to look and see what's going on. I know when you're looking at that, how does that make you feel? When you see what's going on. When you see Donald Trump saying build a wall. When you see him planning and plotting against the people there. How does that make you feel? Huh? Make you mad. Angry. Right? Does that make you feel that way too? Because guess what? It's going to happen to us too. Huh? Your grandmother over there. Just think about the pain and the fear of somebody knocking on your door, snatching your child, snatching you up from your husband. He's in Argentina, or he's in Alcatraz, like Donald Trump said, locked up, where you never can see him, and your child is somewhere else, and you somewhere else. Y'all both split up. The one thing you're going to be thinking about is, God, help me. Am I right or wrong? Just think about it. Read that again.
Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us.
You want God to remember the evil that happened to us. We don't want God to forget. We need judgment. We need saving.
Right.
We need redemption.
Right.
Read.
Consider and behold our reproach.
Think about the evil that's happened to us. That's what should be in your prayer.
Right.
That's what should be in your prayer.
Right.
Read.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
So what was Texas? Texas belonged to who first?
Wake him
That's
up!
the inheritance that God gave y'all.
Right.
He said it's turned now to strangers. Who's the strangers that came over here in 1441?
Bring it up.
Who was them strangers? Let me ask her. Who was the? I got you. Who was the strangers that came over here? Who was these people here? Look at them. Look at them real good. The conquistadors.
Right.
They call themselves the conquerors.
Right.
Okay, from France, Spain. These were and these are so-called white folks. You see them? Step over here, sister. I don't know why you in the sun.
Well, I was
You can be right here with your sister. The Bible said we oppress together.
Right.
We should share that same morning.
I was trying not block.
I got you. No. You good. These white folks came over here. The French, the English, all right, the Spanish, the Dutch, all of them came over here on this side to enslave our people. Strangers. That's what the Bible calls them. Read it again. Read that part.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
The whole United States over here, it was called Auschwitz at one time. The Lord gave that to them, to our people. And it said that inheritance that he gave you, it was turned to strangers. Read.
Our houses to aliens.
To what?
To aliens.
What they call the so-called Spanish when they come over here? Come here. What it say? What they call it?
Illegal aliens.
Illegal aliens. That means you in an area where you don't supposed to be. You illegally here. But what does God say? Read that again for her.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
Come on, the point.
Our houses to aliens.
What is God calling the white man? He calling them aliens.
That's right.
They the illegal aliens.
Right.
How was your houses turned to them? Hold that, Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
I'm going to show you how your land, I'm going to tell you something. Our people that was here, we had a plumbing system here. We had gold. We had all type of resources. You got all of the tree, the fruit trees. You had all the cane, sugar cane, all of the resources and natural resources that they rob and take from you. Now people got to sell and they got to go try to load up at Home Depot to get jobs. I'm talking about the so-called Hispanics.
Right.
Pay attention, my sister. Pay attention, because you say that make you angry. You got to know, is it in the Bible, and does God care about what's going on with our people? And you should care too. Right? I know you do, but I want to tie y'all in this. He said our houses was taken by aliens. How did they take them houses? Read.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Come on.
Woe to them that devise iniquity.
He said woe means destruction. Remember, woe means destruction. I want you to understand our forefathers. They pray for destruction against our enemies. Pay attention, my sister. Y'all worry about too much that's going on. Don't let that confuse you. All right? They doing their job. Y'all want y'all to do y'all job and pay attention here.
Right.
Read it again for our sister.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Uh-huh.
When the morning is light,
Come on.
they practice it.
So you got a nation of people that practice evil, that think about evil, that plan and plot, that plan to oppress and plan to afflict, that plan to murder and kill and separate family members, that plan to put laws in place to afflict God's chosen people. That's what Donald Trump doing. I'm going to air them out. We ain't got no fear of these nations. We're going to air them out. Read.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Who run the earth right now? What race of people run the whole earth? Tell everybody what to do.
Bring it
Come. Who? The white man run it. You agree with her? Who run the earth?
White man.
the white man,
That's right.
the stranger, the illegal alien.
That's right.
Read.
And they covet fields.
They do what?
They covet fields.
You know what it means to covet? You want something that don't belong to you, that belongs to somebody else. To a point, you're going to make laws up. You're going to do all manner of evil against these people. You're going to murder and rape and rob everything. You're going to separate their families to break them. You're going to hide the true image of Christ. You're going to hide the true information that you are the nation of Israel. That's how evil they are.
Right.
That's what these nations doing, and they mad at us. And we don't care if they mad at us. We're going to keep reading the Bible.
Right.
She going, but you gonna stay, right? Stay with. We almost done. Hold on. We almost done. Read.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
They do what?
Take them by violence.
They didn't come over here and vote. They came over here with smallpox. They came over here with biological warfare against you. They came over here with psychological warfare with the white man Jesus. They came over here with guns and muskets and swords. That's what they came over here with lies and all their philosophies. Read.
And houses.
And what?
And houses.
And houses. They take the houses by violence. That's how they did it. Read.
And take them away.
Come on.
So they oppress a man.
They oppressed the nation of Israel. They oppressed the northern kingdom that was here. Read.
And his house.
And his what?
And his house.
And what?
And his house. Even a man and his heritage.
And they took your heritage. Go back to Lamentations where I won't. Don't drop it. Because I know they got to go. He said they took your houses by violence.
Right.
Like they doing now.
Like they doing now. Read.
Lamentations 5 and verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our houses to aliens.
How did them aliens get the houses over here? How did they take them? By what? By violence.
That's right.
They took them by violence? Yes. Guess what? It's Bible prophecy and history, and it's in your history book. We already know it. The white man say he conquerors. They're going to do it again. And they don't give a damn. But guess what? Last one, Job 23 and 10. You have a redeemer. You have a redeemer.
Right.
The Lord don't like what they did. He don't like them taking the land. He don't like them oppressing his people. This is what we got to, and that's why it's so important for y'all to keep God's commandments. You want that judgment, you want to get out of the condition. If you are angry, you're going to start changing your life. You're going to pray for destruction. You're going to pray for repentance. For the Lord have mercy on you. This is how the Lord feel about them taking your houses, taking your land, and putting you into a corner. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 23.
Proverbs 23 and 10. I apologize. Proverbs 23, verse 10. Come on.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 10.
Come on.
Remove not the old landmark.
The Bible says remove not. That's a law. Don't remove the landmark. Don't divide and break up the land that the Lord set in place. Read.
And enter not into the fields of the fatherless.
How do we become fatherless? Because they killed the leaders.
Right.
Like they doing now.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you, the Black Panthers, the Brown Berets, the Young Lords, the American Indian Movement, they start killing all them leaders too. I got to bring it up to current events.
Bring it out.
Come on.
For their Redeemer,
Who?
their Redeemer,
Who?
their Redeemer.
They're a Redeemer. That's possessive. You understand? You understand that we got a Redeemer and he only belongs to us?
That's
Our
right.
Redeemer, their Redeemer, pay attention, my sister. I know y'all got to go. Their Redeemer, read,
Is mighty.
is what?
Is mighty.
He's almighty. He gonna come down off his high throne and slaughter all nations that oppress us. You understand that? Jeremiah 30:16, last one. I'm gonna bring it back up. You have to start. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, repenting, changing, and you gotta start praying for your enemy's destruction.
Right.
You gotta pray for the Lord to have mercy on you and your people, and see what's going on over there. He see it. That's why he send the prophets out. That's why we out there. We all over the place. We not only here in Bryan, Texas. We all over the earth, waking up the tribes of Israel, putting our life on the line because that's our service, our reasonable duty. Read what you got.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
How did they devour us? In slavery, in oppression. Okay? Colonization, what they did here. They devoured us and took away your understanding of who you are. That's why your sisters wear pants. Because you don't know that God say wear dresses. You a princess, a daughter of the living God. That's why our people wear crosses on their neck. Because they've been devoured by this white man, this fake image here. That's what happened. That's why a lot of our people is trapped up in Catholicism, Seventh-day Adventists, Islam. They caught up in all that. They've been devoured. We've been devoured. But read.
And all thine adversaries.
All the adversaries is who did this to the so-called blacks right here and the so-called Hispanics right here. All our adversaries. It wasn't just the white man. It was all of them. All the adversaries. Read.
Every one of them.
Every one of them. This is what the mighty Redeemer gonna do. Read.
Shall go into captivity.
What's captivity?
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
They gonna be slaves.
That's right.
That's the punishment for touching the nation of Israel, the apple of God's eye.
That's right.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word